All right, Coach, thanks. We are across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Tennessee Titans. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And that was crazy because jokers ain't messed with jokers with swinging. You either had authentic or it's over with.
Yeah,
officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Sherman.
That's crazy.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Y'all ain't with my schemes in D.C.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive.
So did y'all buy y'all jerseys?
And that last one, that hurt. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down.
Our white tees was thick. We didn't have an oversized white tees.
Mahomes now on first down. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now here's Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
Shoot, that's a steal. What the Butters 200.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are able to strike. And it's now a 7-0 game.
They were fighting the shoes he talking about look like house shoes.
No. I just got
look like
good boots.
They look like a boot house shoe. Nah, they like a, you can't wear them in the rain. Yeah.
Them just is comfortable, bro.
Yeah, they make them. Your kids going through an era with
now
that.
After the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
Yeah, they win them, man.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Those are grown man shoes.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
If you do wear the women boots, not the men. No, they don't make
The toss play to Mixon. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And it'll be Titan football.
Yes, sir.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
For pipe, they're expensive.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes.
Yeah, they expensive. They probably want.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Here's Mahomes to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end. But running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. And again, it's Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he's all the way up past the 25.
Brandon, this is when the golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They begin with a run by Mixon, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm just saying, you get a haircut. You get a haircut. You got all that loose hair on you. You got to go right back home and wash your hair.
Because
If the
I'm
barber
going to
do
use
it,
their
you leave the
aggressiveness
shop
against
and
them
go
as
right
this
to
game
wherever you
goes
come.
on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll set up a throw.
That's not getting all that.
He'll rifle this one deep. He's got a man. Complete. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
This is Mixon on the draw. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. It's picked up by the Titans. These guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around. And we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
I got multiples. That's not
the throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Yeah, he got the water.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And it's caught. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, and they will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
I've had one before.
So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board.
Nah, my team's some shit right now. I don't got no line.
Coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
I had a team on.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On first down, Chubb able to get forward for about 4 as he's taken down. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a inside run. Sets up a very man.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Mahomes going to throw. That's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Mark Andrews there to make the grab. And the Titans have taken the lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Steps away. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Kamara now to return. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A big play there. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
How did she line you up, Mike?
This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
Easy.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He lets this one fly toward the back of the... And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. In for the score. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. And that is incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Chris Godwin there to make the grab. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Rosas good with the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
The barbershops in Alabama.
He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Just sit right there, man.
I'm not sure, Brandon. We've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Just go. I got a ball here. I need you to just get there.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Yeah.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Okay. All right, Mo.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
So a quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. The result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That's wide receiver. He picked up my wide receiver. He just scored on him.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Money was fucked up, so I couldn't.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And Walker has it. Give him 32 on the play. So look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
You're only there because you're dead.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Back now in Nashville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to drop something good here on 3rd and 13. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Looking downfield for Godwin. They've got his man complete. Might want to remember that 3rd down play. 37 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they have the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play fake. Mahomes. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big pickup of 38. They'll run with Chubb, and he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Nick Chubb. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend as his guys continue to pour it on. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football and everything else.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now, the Bengals on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
On the return, it's Kamara.
You know, we went to the club.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL.
This is caught inside the 15. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Past the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. Mahomes going to throw it here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, Hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
A desperation heave for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
Right there for the TV.
And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
I need to put him on
so let's face
screen.
it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys,
right? Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Now a desperation throw, and that's caught inside the 30. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
When I first sent that joker that jump, that joker pipe was looking like, what?
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll drop the throw. And the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 18. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you.